In this module, we'll talk about phospholipids. Phospholipids have a major contribution in the plasma membrane and other cellular membranes. But before we talk about phospholipids, let's talk about another feature of the lipids. Some lipids are solid at room temperature, other lipids are liquid. The difference is the presence of a double bond. In lipids which have a double bond in the hydrocarbon, these type of lipids are liquid at room temperature, whereas lipids that do not have a double bond in the hydrocarbon part of their domain are solid at room temperature. For example, butter is solid at room temperature, whereas corn oil, for example, is a liquid. Let's look at the structure of phospholipids. Phospholipid molecules have two very important properties. Part of this molecule is hydrophobic. Here I am going to highlight the hydrophobic part. This is the hydrophobic domain of this molecule. It also has a hydrophilic domain of this molecule. The hydrophilic domain of this molecule likes to interact with water. The hydrophobic domain, on the other hand, tries to avoid water or stay away from from water molecules. This molecule is abbreviated in this form, present in the lower part of your screen, where the blue part or the head part represents the hydrophilic part of this molecule, and the two red tails represent the hydrophobic part. Let's see how this molecule arranges itself in the cell such that part of this molecule can avoid water, whereas the other part of this molecule can stay close to water. Here again we are looking at the same structure. The blue part of the structure is the head part. I'm going to highlight that, and the red part is the tail part, which is hydrophobic. Notice that hydrophobic molecules, hydrophobic domains of these molecules, individual molecules, are grouped together, so they can avoid water, because water is not present in the space between these red domains, which are hydrophobic domains. They have excluded water out of them. The blue domain, or the hydrophilic domain, is the domain which is facing either the inside of the cell or outside of the cell, which has aqueous environment. So we have now fulfilled the requirement of this molecule, that it needs to exist in a way that part of this molecule is close to water and other part is away from water. Let's look at another type of lipid molecule. These type of lipid molecules are based on cholesterol. Cholesterol is the basic structure. Different modifications of cholesterol molecule can produce powerful signaling molecules. Cholesterol itself is also essential for the functioning of cell. Cholesterol is embedded in the plasma membrane, the type we saw in the previous slide, and it keeps the plasma membrane fluid. It is important that plasma membrane stays fluid because we want to move different molecules in the plasma membrane. It is important for the functioning of the plasma membrane. The derivatives of cholesterol are also very important. For example, vitamin D. We know that that's an important molecule, and we require this type of molecule. Here is the vitamin D. Testosterone is also very important, and also cholesterol. These are important signaling molecules that are present in different organisms, and they play an important role in overall functioning of the cell and group of cells which form the organism.